everybody. How are you? Hope you guys are doing great this evening. I'm Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Couple of announcements, and I see we already have people in the chat room. I have no monitor for time this week. My cousin is back in New York, so I have to watch the clock and stuff. So anyway. Let me see. I have Michelle, Robin, Mary, Karen, Christine, Renee, and Ozzy. Hey Norma, how are you? Hey Trisha, Miss Banks, how are you doing? Oh, from Woodbridge, Virginia. Oh my God, you're close to me. I'm in Haymarket. We're not that far apart from each other. So anyway, guys, few announcements, of course. I want to start off with, this year we have the gift exchange, right? It's closed. No one else can join and stuff. We have 30 members that are participating. Pretty excited because that was a pretty good turnout of all the participants. If you missed the deadline, don't worry. I do plan on hoping, my hope is that every year, annually, we do a Christmas gift exchange, which is really great because it's an opportunity for us as crafters to give gifts to each other, okay? Because we're always used to giving gifts to other people, right? So now you're finally going to have somebody that's going to make something for you. So I thought that would be really, really, really cool and a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about it. And if you are part of that gift exchange for this year, please remember that the gifts have to go out by December 11th, okay? That way, everybody for sure will get it before Christmas, or I'm hoping that happens, okay? So, let's see. Hey, Iris. Hey, Doreen. Hey, Stephanie. I see Miss Allison's on. Hey, Jackie. So, today, one of the things that I was thinking about, because like every Friday, as I go through my whole week and I'm in embroidering and doing my thing, which is like running my little Etsy shop and making my sales and learning more about embroidery and stuff. I usually am always like, kind of like talking to myself in a way in the room. And I'm always asking, I talk about certain things that I'm going through and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things that, it's not that I'm going through it, but there were like two situations that happened. And it was kind of customer service related. And I figured there would be a good opportunity to talk to you guys. Hey, Eve. Hey, Diamond. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk to you guys about experiencing challenges when you're making sales, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the challenges that I have come across and ways that I found, I dealt with them. Okay. Now I'm not saying that, I'm perfect or whatever, everyone deals with situations in their own particular way. Because everyone has different personalities and stuff. And, I just wanted to share, some of my experiences. As you guys know, I have my own little Etsy shop. And one of the things that I really love selling on the Etsy shop is I love selling dinner napkins, and I love selling the kitchen towels. I really love making those particularly two items. I think, I just kind of like it. It's just my thing, right? How I talk about, you got to find your niche, the things you really love doing. Well, kitchen towels and dinner napkins is really something that I don't know. I don't know why. I just really like doing those two particular items. I do other things as well on the shop. Like I have things like laptop cases, and sometimes I'll come across certain things that I'm like, oh, I could put this on the shop and I can embroider and sell it, and I'll do that. Like pocket pillow cases and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, this year I decided to do those Christmas sacks that I had bought, and they were pretty inexpensive. They're Christmas sacks, the big Christmas ones with the little drawstrings on it. I think I showed it to you guys about 2 weeks ago. And what it is the Christmas sock. And I was thinking I could just sell them, blank as is. Or I can say, okay, if you want, I can embroider the person's name on it. So when I did the listing, of course, it's going to be certain things that I need from the customer in order for me to fill their order, right? Like one of the things is, I wanted to give them font options. So in one of the pictures on the listing, I had put down 3 different fonts. So in the instructions for the personalization, I said, there are a couple of things. Please make sure that you include all these things. So what I do is I say, please include the name, please include the color of the thread, and I give you options of the thread that you want, include the font style, and also let me know, do you want the name on the left side of the bag or the right side of the bag? Because the Christmas bag is the one with the Christmas unicorn. So, the unicorn has a little pointy thing. So I could put the name on either side, right? And I had about one customer reach out and they ordered it, right? But they just said, this is the name. So they didn't give me the color of the thread. They didn't give me what side. And they also didn't let me know what font. So one of the things that, first reaction that I usually get when I see that an order is placed, but it's not complete because the customer didn't give me all the information I needed to make it, is I'll send them an email. And here comes Mello. Hi, Mello. How are you? So anyway, I'll always send the customer an email and then I'll say, hey, thank you so much for your order. Um, you know, there's please be advised that there's additional information that I need from you in order for me to process it. So I'll ask them to please, provide me whatever is missing. Usually what I do is I allow the customer to have at least 24 hours to respond. After 24 hours to respond, if I don't hear anything, I cancel the order. And when I cancel the order, I let the customer know unable to process the order because I don't have all the required information. And I just cancel it. Now, one of the things is sometimes people say, well, why do you just go ahead and cancel it? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Okay. When someone places an order on Etsy, you have a processing time that you establish in your listing, which says it's going to take me about 1 or 2 days or whatever, how long it takes for you to actually make the item and put it in the mailbox to ship it out. When they place that order, that clock starts, okay? Regardless of whether you have all the information or not. So what it is with those Christmas bags, I have a 2-day processing time for the simple fact that I have the bags. The bags, I don't have to order it. I have them here. All I have to do is get all the information, stick it in the machine, embroider the name, package it up, ship it out, right? It should not take me more than 2 days. And I'm usually one of those that right away, as soon as I get an order, I like to just get it done. I'm not one of those that say, oh, I got an order. Well, I wait till the end of the week to do it. One of the things that I get really good reviews on is the super fast shipping. I do have my processing times where it goes like 2 to 3 days, but I don't like using the whole 2 or 3 days. If I have an order and I can work on it now, I'm working on it now. But the thing is, like I said, I will cancel for the simple fact that you are, it's the processing time. The last thing I want is you don't respond and then the clock's already started and then next thing you know, I get dinged for not shipping out the item on time. So it's just something that I want you guys to be aware of that, if you have an Etsy shop, oh, I thought he was doing something bad. You got to watch it with Mello because he gets into stuff. So it's something that I wanted to share with you guys. Pay attention to the processing times of all the listings that you have in there. And also, if you have an item where the customer has to provide you all the information, and if they don't, make sure that you email them right away. Let them know that you need this information and that if you don't receive it by a certain amount of time, just cancel the order. Just cancel it. Because the way I look at it is, I'd rather lose the sale than to have an issue with my stuff. I have an Etsy, I'm a Etsy star seller right now. I've been an Etsy star seller for the last couple of months. I want to keep that. I do want to keep that badge for the simple reason is that when people go shopping on the Etsy store, right, and they look at certain items, you know, that that badge can probably help them make their decision, right? They may come out and say, "Oh, I like this item and I like this item, but for some reason, I'd rather buy from this one because it's a more trusted shop." Or I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. I don't know. I'm hoping. I think that's what I would probably be thinking. I'm just saying. So anyway, that's one of the issues that can be a little problematic is when you are selling personalized items. Sometimes a lot of people don't realize they have to give you all the information in order for you to be able to complete their order. It's just kind of, and then the more detail, the more problematic it can be. Um, I was looking at the listing also, and I was thinking, should I change the way I have the item listed? Because in order for you to order that, you have to provide me four things, right? But the thing is, I've had other sales of that Christmas sack, and people have no problem providing me those four things, which of course is the name, the color of the thread, the size, and the font. So, but I'm thinking maybe what I should do is maybe just say, this is the side that I'm going to put the name on, and this is the color thread. Just give me the name and the font. I don't know. I don't know. Well, right now, I think I'm gonna leave it as is. And I'm gonna see how it goes from there. Because so far the sales have been going pretty good on the Christmas bag. It was just one little issue that I had. The other one that I wanted to share with you guys, and these both happened this week. Okay, somebody went and ordered one of my kitchen towels. And I was kind of like, oh, okay. They ordered, my little, Puerto Rican pilon kitchen towel, right? So I'm like, all right. So I package it up and everything. Go to print the shipping label, and USPS could not verify the address. I kind of kicked myself because I was like, why didn't I look at that before I started packaging that up? But I was kind of like, ugh. So of course, I emailed the customer. I said, hey, I cannot mail this out because the address that you gave me is not being verified by USPS. Okay. And sometimes what I'll do is, sometimes it's just that, something little simple. Maybe the address is off a little bit. And I'll try to Google the address to see if I can actually find the right address that USPS knows or matches. But I really don't prefer to do that because I don't want to be like, accidentally send something out and then it goes to the wrong place. So I usually email the customer, and I let her know, and I said, hey, your item is ready for shipment. However, I can't ship it out because it's not a verified shipping address. Now, in those situations, my advice is same thing like I did with the other one. What works for me is if you can't get an address, do not ship that item out at all. Cancel the order. Just cancel it unless they can give you a good, valid address. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm part of a lot of Facebook groups on Etsy, about Etsy. And one of the things that I noticed is sometimes a lot of people say that they get complaints from customers that they did not receive their products. Now, I don't know if it's because they mailed it out and the address was not verified or if they're getting scanned. I don't know. But I do know that, with my shop, my policy is, once it leaves this house and it goes to the post office, it's between you and the post office. Okay. I always send my stuff with a tracking number, and I know if they said you got it. Now, after that, it's between y'all. It has nothing to do with me. And if you complain to Etsy, I can always show to Etsy that I got a tracking number. The tracking number says deliver. Um, I don't want to be placed in that situation. So luckily, and unfortunately, knock on wood, I never had a problem with that. I have had problems with people putting addresses that don't work well with Etsy. Like sometimes I get orders from folks that that want to send to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is like it's a mess because it's like the addresses for Puerto Rico and and the postal service, sometimes they just don't match. Okay. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just tell customers, I'll send it to you in the States and then you can send it to them. I did that with one situation because the lady wanted that the Puerto Rican towel with the pilon on it. And she lived in Georgia and she wanted me to send this directly to her mom. And her mom, I think, was in Baricas. I don't know. It's where my mom's from. I can't say it. I cannot say it and stuff. But anyway, I know it's by I think it's north of Ponce, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, she wanted me to send it out there, but the thing is the address didn't match. So what I just told her I don't feel comfortable doing it. Sending it directly to Puerto Rico because I don't want the package to get lost and then we have an issue and then you're feeling kind of some kind of way and then I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't like feeling like that. So anyway, she said, fine, send it to me. So I sent it to her and then she sent it to someone else. I'd rather decline a sale like that. I really do because and I think I've told you guys that before. You don't have to sell all the time. If you ever have like a feeling that something's kind of like funky, it's not going to go right, you're going to feel like somebody's trying to take advantage of you, like with pricing. I mean, I have no problem telling people this is the price for the embroidery. This is how much it costs because I know the work that I have to go through to get this end product, okay? And if you have a problem paying with it, then I'm good with that. And you don't have to buy it. Don't buy it then. Good luck. But I'm not going to lower my price because I know my worth and I know my value. And people try to take advantage of other people. I know that. I've seen it all the time. And then some people want to make that sale so bad that what happens is they lower their price and then next thing you know, you didn't profit anything from it. Okay. All you did was spend your whole day embroidering, using up all your materials and stuff like that just to break even. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not in the business to break even. That's not my goal. My goal is so that I can make a little extra. And I'm not saying that I'm going to break the customer and overcharge, but at the same time, I'm not going to work for free. I just don't do that. And I don't have a problem with letting go of an order. I had one potential customer, wanted all these shirts done. And I said, this is how much it's going to cost. And she goes, well, I went to this other company and they told me it was going to be lower. And I said, well, then you need to go to them. That's how I just looked at it. And that's just me. Now, it may not be you may want to be like, oh, I'll match that. But the way I look at it also is I'm only one person. And I knew that order was going to take probably a good 3 to 4 days for me to fill, just working on that one order and then not working on other orders and having two machines running and possibly having my single embroidery machine running at it too. So to me, it just was not, I was like, no, because I looked at all the work that had to be done and then all the stabilizer that I had to use because it was not a job for one cutaway, it was a job for two cutaways. And this is the other thing too that I think of is, sometimes when you go to the embroiderer that says they're going to do it real, real cheap, you don't know what quality you're going to get because sometimes, not everybody that does embroidery is really, really good at it or they could just be learning and all that kind of stuff. I know the level of expertise that I have. I'm very, very confident in what I do. I do not put anything on my shop if it is not top notch. Okay. Because I look at it as whatever product comes out of my shop, it has to meet my standard and it needs to be good. It doesn't leave if it's mediocre. Okay. And I don't mind doubling up on the stabilizer if that's what I have to do to prevent the puckering. I don't mind using the no-show mesh. An example of that is this. This is a customer that I'm working with right now. I had this, the logo had to be digitized. She didn't have it digitized it. And I was like, oh, I'll digitize it because I wanted to play with it. Because as you guys know, I really want to learn how to do small fonts. I really want to get very, very good at small fonts. I am pretty proud of myself with this. Look at this one. This is gorgeous. It came out perfect. There is absolutely no puckering at all. However, though, what did I do to use this? Okay, to do this, I did. This is just a sheet of fabric, and as you can see, very very stretchy. Okay, the same as a t-shirt. All right, because I wanted to embroider this on a t-shirt because I know that if I can embroider it like this with no puckering, I have no problem doing on any other kind of material. So what do I have in the back of this? So what I did was I ironed on no show mesh, okay? And then I have two pieces of cutaway on it. So when I was done embroidering this, one of the things that I did too on the back of it, and so you guys can see right here, I always put in the information about the cut. So this is 17,500 stitches, okay? And usually some people say the rule of thumb to pricing is like $1,000 of stitches. It is a good way to start, but I wouldn't, for me, I don't use that as my whole total price thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I also look at, how much stabilizer do I have to use? And in here, if you really think about it, I did 3 pieces and I really love the way it came out because I'm like, wow, this is let me show you again. Look how pretty. I mean, I really, really love it. Absolutely no puckering at all. I'm super proud. Really am. So anyway, so I do have to come up with a pricing for this. I really love the way it came out. Even if she comes out and she tells me, "Oh, it's too much. I can't use you," I'll be like, "That's fine. I had fun doing this," and stuff. But it's really, really nice. I think this is a company. I'm not sure. I don't know, but it's beautiful logo though. I'll tell you. But yeah. So don't underprice yourselves. I'm telling you. I mean, especially if you know you're really good at what you do, don't do that. Don't underprice yourself at all. Right, Mello? Know your value and stuff. So oh, and let me show you also because I want to talk to you guys about holiday stuff. Wait a minute, because I made a trip to Walmart. Hold on a minute. Let me show you guys. I'm coming right back, Mello. Hold on. Yes, Mello. Okay, here we go. All right, so this year I'm going to be spending Christmas in Florida. I have not spent a Christmas with my family in, God, it's bad too, in like 20 years. I've always gone for Thanksgiving. We have never had a Christmas together because I live in Virginia and they live in Florida. And it's just hard. It's really hard when you have families in different states and whatever. So this year, like my sister was like, "Are you gonna come again for Thanksgiving?" I'm like, "No." I said, "You know what? This year I want to switch it up. I want to go for Christmas. That's what I want to go to." So, and at the same time, I kind of thought about my shop because I was thinking, during Thanksgiving, a lot of people at Thanksgiving they start buying. So I was thinking I will start selling, and then what I'll do is I'll close shop like 2 weeks before Christmas, and then make sure that I got all my orders finished. They get in a car, and I'm going to drive over to Miami. So because this is my first Christmas in a really long time with the family, I figured I want to make it fun, right? So I went to Walmart yesterday and I was looking around for Christmas items, right? And then, of course, we all know our famous Santa hats, right? So I figured I went and I bought a Santa hat for everybody in the family. And then this is the plan. And I'm going to videotape when I'm doing this because I'm going to be doing it this weekend. I'm going to embroider everybody's name on the hat. Now, these hats were pretty inexpensive. These were $2.98. That's not bad. $2.98. And to let you guys know up front, the way I'm going to embroider on this, because if you guys see, it's very, very fuzzy, right? See how my fingers just kind of like dive in there? I'm going to use knockdown stitches. Okay, and the reason why you want to use knockdown stitches when you do something like this is because if you just use regular washable WSS water soluble wash, yeah, the plastic stuff. If you use that plastic stuff that you put on top, get tongue tied. You guys know what I mean. That's gonna go away. You can rip it off, and then the stitches are still gonna sink in there. So what I want to do is I want to use knockdown stitches around the names, and then I'm going to embroider each of these Santa hats with everybody's name. Okay. So I thought these were a pretty good buy. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know what is going on, but when I went to Walmart, well, let's think about this. Thanksgiving hasn't even passed yet. They had Christmas stuff out there, but it felt like when I was looking through the stuff, it felt like a lot of the items were from the previous year. I didn't see like anything like new, right? So I also know a lot about, that I think there's a shortage or something that's going on. So I was thinking maybe that's part of that. So anyway. But let me tell you something also about this is very easy to do on a multi-needle machine because you would just hoop it, right? Now I'm looking at this to try to see how would you do this. I think you can still do this on a single needle. The single needle, what you would do is you just got to move the back away and then you just got to flatten this out on the bed, okay? But move the back away when you're embroidering. But like I said, I would do a knockdown stitch or an embossed file, and then do the name on there. But like I said, I am going to videotape me doing this because I'm planning on doing this tomorrow. So tomorrow after I finish embroidering, I will put this out there and stuff. The other thing that I saw in there too, because I thought it would be really cute, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to embroider them and then I'm going to just put them in a box and I'm going to ship them to my mom. And I'm just going to tell her, just have them handy for when I get there for Christmas, because I don't want to don't do that, Mello, because I don't want to embroider them, keep them here, and then when it's time for us to go to Florida, then I forget. Now the other thing that I got was these stockings. These were kind of cheap. They are kind of cheap looking, but hey, they're 98 cents, so what can you say? But I figured for this year it'd be really, really cool. No, Mello, you have your own stocking already. These are 98 cents. Now, the only thing with these is that it's not going to be easy for you to put it on a multi-needle or put it on a single needle. Now, I have one hooped already, but let me take it out and show you what I did to get this going. Okay, I was actually going to start embroidering, but let me take it out of my mighty hoop. Ooh, I almost snapped my finger. Did you see that? Ooh, that would have been painful. Okay, so let me put this here. I'll put this on the other side over here. Mello, you watching me? Okay, all right. So let me take this tear away. All right, this is one of the things that I did. Just so you know, okay, these are the ones that they have for 98 cents, right? So what I do was I just took one and I turned it inside out. Now I have a video about, let me take out this one so I can show you what to look for. I'll turn this one upside down, inside out, really. Okay. Now I have a video on oven mitts and how to embroider the oven mitt. And in the video, one of the things that I did was I took out the the thread, the seam right here. See? If you look on here, hope you can see it. Okay, see that little red stuff in there? That's where you go with your seam ripper. The seam ripper, just take it all out. When you take it all out, then you have it opened. Once you have it opened, then you can just fold this and float this on your single needle machine. And then it would also, it's better for you to hoop it on your multi-needle machine also. It makes it easier. But as you can see by just looking at it, this isn't the expensive stocking, okay? This is it's 98 cents. What do you expect 98 cents? I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, it's like, all right, and then you just embroider the person's name on it. Now, because I was feeling this material and I was like thinking, could I do heat vinyl transfer on this? I personally would not do it. I think it would burn. It's kind of like a felt material, okay? It's not cloth or anything. So I wouldn't chance it. Me personally, I wouldn't chance it. You don't want to start a fire or anything like that. So I figured I can stick this in the embroidery machine and I can put everybody's name on it. And that way everybody can have a stocking. Oh, this came off. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna have to sew this all back in. So, what I would do is after you embroider it, just turn it back inside out. Make sure you don't lose the little tab. I think this is the little tab king. And just put it back together. Just sew it back together. If you have the sewing slash embroidery machine, you just, sew it back. So yeah, so I got these. So I thought these were really, really great finds. The other thing that I was thinking about was, let me tell you, I go to Walmart, I'm always looking for blanks, okay? This I found. These are little kids hats, little beanies. They're very, very, very popular, okay? Kids, I mean, I've even worn these as a kid. One of the things that I want to do is I want to embroider on the beanies, but I want to do it in a different way. I noticed that they have these baseball hats, and on the baseball hats, they have it's like a patch, like a leather patch or something, and then the patch has the person's name on it, and it's actually on the baseball hat. Did he just? Oh, okay. I thought he took something. So, I'm thinking of getting some leather. Okay, this is an idea I have. Getting leather, making a square patch of leather, and then I was thinking of embroidering a child's name on it, and then the leather get placed on here on the cuff. Now I purchased this. Let me show you. And I have to figure out how to use this. These are called leather ridges, okay? I don't know how to use this yet. It's just something that I saw in the video. And here it is. This is what it looks like. It has these little ridges things. I want to try this in trying to put a leather patch on this. And I want to see how it comes out. I think it should come out pretty cute. That's what I'm thinking, because these hats were $1.94. Okay, and to me it's a $2 hat. And I'm thinking if I could take a piece of leather and embroider a child's name on it, and then use those ridges to put it in the corner of the leather, okay, then I think it would be really, really cute, and you could probably sell it definitely for probably $15-20 maybe, because it has a leather patch on it. So this is something that I'm going to try to play with, and I'll videotape me doing it. And on the video, I'm going to be very upfront with you guys. This is a sink or swim project, okay? I don't know if it's going to come out good, but it's something, an idea that just popped in my head. And, and what I did was I bought several. I bought two in each of these colors. I got the blue, and I got some black, and then I got the red. And I figured that way there's 6 hats that I can try and see if I can get this to work. I think my biggest hurdle is not going to be embroidering the leather or cutting the leather out to place on here. It's going to be trying to figure out how these leather ridges work. Okay. It looks pretty easy. And it has instructions in here and stuff. I see I'm gonna have to get a hammer. Somebody has a hammer in here, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to use this. But I'm sure that once I learn how to put these on, it probably would be good. I was trying to do this on baseball hats, but it became a little hard to do. So I was just like, I'm not gonna do that. But I think this with a little pouch on here, and it doesn't even have to be leather. I could probably get another piece of I don't know, felt or something, and I can put it on here. And another thing that I was thinking of, but I don't think I would do that on this because this is very, very stretchy. So because it's stretchy, it's probably not a good idea. I was thinking of using heat and bond, like a patch, and putting heat and bond in here. But the thing is, my concern with that is this is very, very stretchy. It's going to stretch a lot. And I'm not sure how, long term, how that patch using heat and bond is going to hold on this. As if I do it with heat and bond and also add the ridges, I think the ridges would really, really help in making this longer lasting. So it's just something that, that crossed my mind and I was just thinking about. Let me see what time is it. Okay, it's 8:30 and stuff. Oh, let me go through some of your comments and stuff. Hey everybody. Let me see. I see Jacqueline. I see Ease out there. Hey Eve. Hey Eartha. Hey Lucy. See Miss Allison. Love doing them also, Jeanette, very much. You're welcome. See, just stopped by to say hello. I'm at a concert. I love you guys. Miss you guys tonight, Jeanette. Thank you for. Oh, Wilma, have fun at your concert and stuff. They have P.O. Box. I have not had a customer that had told me to send anything to a P.O. Box yet, Iris. Have not had that. Exactly. It's not in our best interest to match someone else's price, plus put a lot of time and heart in what we offer. Yes, Jessica. I mean, honestly, that's just really how I feel. If I price something, I'm being fair, okay? My goal is not to make you broke. It really isn't, okay? I don't want your whole wallet, okay? I just want to be fair. I want it to be fair for you, and I want it to be fair for me. But the thing is, I'm going to feel some kind of way if I feel that I was being taken advantage of. So I'd rather just say, okay, this isn't going to work out. So good luck. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because like I said, I do this. I do embroidery because I love doing embroidery. I really do. I can stay here the whole day and watch that needle go up and down. I really, really can. I love it. I love making things and all that kind of stuff. It's a passion. But at the same time, it's an expensive passion. All right. And a lot of times people when they're asking for embroidery, they really, they don't know. They don't know because they don't do it. Okay. So they don't know about the time. They don't know about the amounts of stitches. They don't know how difficult it is to transform a graphic to a embroidery file. They think that it's just something like, oh, you put it in a computer and you just change the extension. It doesn't work that way. You have to get a digitizer involved. That's a lot of work, okay? Um, they also don't understand about the different stabilizers that are involved, depending on the material that they want. And sometimes when you look at some of the materials that they want to embroider, if I don't feel comfortable working with a certain material, I just flat out say no. And sometimes it's kind of funny because sometimes I've had people tell me, oh, well, this other person was able to do it. Well, then go to that other person. I don't feel comfortable doing it for the simple fact that I don't want to be placed in a bad situation. I just don't like it. Very uncomfortable, okay? Because if you mess it up, believe me, people talk. They talk. Just like they can talk good about you, they can talk bad about you too. And next thing you know, your reputation's in the toilet. So that's why, to me, it's important that I always make sure I have a fair price, but I always make sure that whenever a product leaves this room, it's top notch. It is top notch. If it's not top notch, and I can't do top notch work on that because I don't have the experience in working with that type of material, or I just don't feel comfortable because I've worked with it in the past, and it's a iffy kind of thing. Like sometimes it comes out good, sometimes it doesn't. No, if I'm not certain that I'm not going to be able to come up with something quality, I don't touch it. And I don't have a problem refusing the job. I really don't. It's never bothered me. Hey, crafty Puerto Rican. Let's see. Two tearaway and what else? What did you use again? Oh, hey, Sonia. I used the no-show mesh, the one that you iron. That's the first thing that I did before hooping. Is I took this and then I used no show mesh on it. I like the no show mesh because the no show mesh kind of like helps the fabric to stay stable, okay, not shifting everywhere. And then I use two pieces of cutaway, okay, and I thought that would bring more stability to the embroidery file. And what I really, really loved about it is that, absolutely no puckering. No puckering, and I mean it's just like wow, I want to frame it. I like so she says no, I'll be like, that's fine. I'm gonna frame this in my I'm gonna frame it because it's a very pretty logo, I think that's her business and stuff, but it is a beautiful logo and stuff. And the digitizer that worked on this, and he's part of our Facebook group. His first name, I think, is Fallon. It's Famol Muhammad, something like that. Um, he's sometimes, he answers questions and stuff on our Facebook group on Embroidery Happy Hour. He's the one that digitized that for me. He did a really, really good job on that and stuff. So he's a very, very good digitizer, and I really like his prices on digitizing files. He's very reasonable. So I liked using him. He is one of my go-to guys and stuff. Yes, the no-show mesh, but I use the no-show mesh stabilizer. And the one that you can iron on. They have a no-show mesh that has adhesive and non-adhesive. This one has the adhesive. So I was able to iron it on the fabric, and then do the two sheets and stuff. Hey Cheryl, mesh two pieces. If tearaway. No, it's not tearaway. I use cutaway. I use cutaway on this, okay? Because remember, if you wear it, you don't tear it. If I use it, and even though this is just a sample fabric, okay, you got to remember too, cutaway and tearaway stabilizer has different weights, okay? So I wanted to see exactly, to me, this logo was going to be embroidered on wearable items, and which means that it's going to be washed a lot. If you're going to wash something a lot, cutaway, because tearaway dissolves in the washing machine. And then, and you got to remember, stabilizer helps to keep those stitches intact. So when that, when the stabilizer dissolves in the water, after, for longevity, for wearing the shirt over and over and over again, you want that logo to stay as attractive as possible. And if you use tearaway stabilizer after, like, probably look okay, maybe the first or second run in the washing machine, but after like the 10th or the 12th time they're washing it, the tearaway stabilizer is probably gone, and then next thing you know, the item might like crumble up, and you don't want that. So to me, if you're gonna wear something, you're gonna wash it a lot. I always tell people, I recommend use the cutaway stabilizer, because that would be so much better, you know, to help the item last longer. Okay. Um, Let me see. Let's see what else we got here. Hey Karen, how are you? Um, the issues that I have as a new business owner is that when I compare my items to other Etsy sellers, they are selling comparable items so cheap. So how can you compete with that? This is how Crack the Pork, this is how I feel about, and I know what you're saying. Sometimes, and it happens. The same thing with my dinner napkins. Okay, my whole thing is, you ever heard people say, you get what you pay for, right? You get what you pay for. Um, you buy, you see a nice chair, super cheap, then you're like, oh, I like this chair. Then a week later, you sit on it and the leg broke off. Okay, so to me, it's all about, quality. So, you know, me personally, I know when I shop, I have no problem paying top dollar for for good quality stuff. So the way I look at it, what I would do is, if you have something that you want to sell on Etsy, because this is how I do it, I search, and I look to see, is the items is this similar to what I'm selling? If it is, then I'm like, okay, great. Then I look at the price range, right? Some people will be high, some people will be low. What I will try to do is, first of all, I'm not gonna do it at a loss. That's just not gonna happen, because if that's the case, then why am I doing this? Then it's like, you might as well just give it as a gift, because that's what you're doing, right? So what I will do is I price at the middle. I don't have to be rich out of it, but at least, I can get a couple of sales out. Okay. And then as time goes on, you're going to start getting your reviews about, the good quality of the work and all that kind of stuff. And that's when you can start upping up the price a little bit. Because the thing is, you can really, it's good quality stuff. My whole thing too is, selling on Etsy is really, really good, but I strongly suggest also is, don't let that be your only avenue either. Etsy is just one platform for you to sell your items. There are other places you can go to make sales as well. Okay. You can use Facebook. I've used Facebook. Um, there are Facebook groups with communities, yard sales, stuff like that. Put your items out there. Put the price. You would be surprised at how many sales you can make right outside your door. You really would. I mean, like I was saying in one of the happy hours, where I live, it's a golf community thing. I don't play golf, even though I love going to their restaurants, because their chicken wings are really, really good. But they always have these golf events around here. I did have a golf towel on my site, but I did not even think about putting it out here to see if people wanted to buy. So when my husband mentioned it, I was like, you're right. So I put it out there, and before you know it, I made $600 just selling the golf towels. Okay. I mean, everybody was like emailing me and stuff and saying, I want one. Do you have color pink, white, whatever? And I'm like, sure, because I had them here, and I just personalized them, and people loved it. Then they would go play golf, and then they were like, "Where'd you get that towel?" "Oh, just go to that lady that lives in that house." And next thing you know, I'm getting more sales. So, don't, don't just focus on the Etsy. Even though Etsy's good, but there's other platforms out there. There's other ways for you to make those sales and stuff like that. So, but to me, and it is hard. It is not easy when you first start your Etsy shop to take off. Okay, because when you first started, it's that first sale. Then it's like, then you want the second sale and the third sale. It's kind of hard to build. I've had my Etsy shop now for 3 years. I have over 1,000 sales. But it took me 3 years to get there. Okay. So the thing is, but don't get discouraged. Just try to price your stuff not too high, not too low, but do not price it where it's at a loss, because then it's you're doing a disservice to yourself. You really, really are. Because I mean, you're in this to make money. You're not in this to give anything away. Unless it's for a friend. I use this stabilizer when I'm doing towels. Yes, well, when I do towels, I don't, it's funny, when I do towels, I don't use the cutaway. I use the tearaway. And I cover the back with Tender Touch. That's what I do for my kitchen towels and stuff. Melo's so cute. Oh, thank you. He is 85 pounds now. I don't know if you guys remember when he was little, but he is now a full 85 pounds and stuff. And yeah, he's a handful. That's our boo-boo. I had to take the seam apart with these expensive stockings. Yeah, with the stockings it's pretty tricky, because see, the thing is with the stockings, right? You don't have a lot of room. You really don't. Expensive ones, cheap ones. I mean, you just have this. You just have this hole to work with, right? And it's the same thing like when you were doing the when I embroidered the oven mitt. I had to take the seam apart, but that's okay. You just take it apart, embroider it, and sew it back up, and you're fine, and it's fine and stuff. So let me see, what else do we have? How to pricing. I have a video on how I discussed pricing. Miss Castell. I did an embroidery happy hour on that. I also, if you go to our Facebook group, I did put out my pricing sheet. I do have a pricing sheet. I'll mention some of the stuff right now so that you can see. I got all my sheets here. Okay, let me take this here. Things to consider. Okay, stabilizers, the stitching. Okay, how many? Color changes, fabric changes if you're doing applique. Your hooping. Think about your blanks. Think about the embroidery file. If the customer has a image and you have to transfer it over to an embroidery file, that costs money because digitizers don't work for free. Think about your shipping costs. If you have an Etsy shop, think about how much it's going to cost for you to ship an item. Think about your shipping supplies and stuff like that. What else do I have here? Think about your time. We don't work for free. No, we don't. Okay. And here, look at and look what I have in here, Crafty Puerto Rico. I have look at the pricing of similar products, quality versus cheap items. Okay. Let me see other factors, which if you're running a store, is your machine, the cost of your machine, the cost of electricity, the cost of your space, advertising, the cost of sampling products, You got to have a research and development budget too, which to me, research and development is when you're making samples to put on your shop. Okay. Think about your taxes. Okay. Don't forget about Uncle Sam, because Uncle Sam's coming to get you in a year. Okay. Because he's going to want his cut. And also think about travel costs. Travel costs whenever you're going to Joann's, whenever you're going to buy items. Think about whenever you meet customers and stuff, you have to drive out to meet with customers to talk about their embroidery projects. That's travel costs and everything. Um, you know, think about QuickBooks also. I have QuickBooks. QuickBooks is pretty good. Um, Everybody's talking about you, Mellow. You're cute. You are cute. He needs a haircut. He's gonna go for his haircut next Wednesday. Right, boo boo? Right, boo boo? You're cute. Anyway, those are some of the things you can think about too. And then here I have put puff embroidery, and the reason why I put puff embroidery in is because remember too, different embroidery requires different materials, right? So if you're doing puff embroidery, you got to buy the foam, okay? The foam that goes on top of your product that gets stitched in, okay? And that costs money. Foam is not cheap, okay? You got to pay for by the sheet. You got to buy, and foam comes in different colors. So, you sometimes you want to match that foam with the same color of your thread and stuff. What is it, boo boo? Yeah, so just something to think about and stuff. Let me see. Let me go in here. Where did you get the leather reset? Oh, Cheryl, Amazon. I got it from Amazon. It wasn't expensive. It really wasn't. And I'll do a video on me using it. This is one that has like a whole bunch of different sizes in there. So I figured, let me try it and see how this works. I saw a YouTube video. It looked easy, but I'm thinking this would be kind of cute for me to give it a shot and see. They're called Ridgets. So yeah, I want to give this a shot and see if it works and stuff. So, but I will post a link as to where I got this. But let me give this set a try, because I don't want to tell you guys get this, because I got it, but I have not tried it yet. So I don't know how good quality ridges these are, and I don't even know if the stuff that got in here is the tools and stuff make it easy. So I want to give this a shot first and try it. But I think this is going to look really cute on these hats. And I think it will help turn a how much does this hat cost? $194, a $2 hat. Hopefully turn a $2 hat into a $15 hat. That's what I'm thinking, because I'm like, oh, because that way it pays for the little patch, the ridgets, the embroidery, and the hat. And I think $15 probably be a fair price. We'll see. And then if this goes well, I'm thinking I could buy adult beanies, and I could do the same thing for adults, because kids lose their hats all the time. When they're in school, they lose. I used to lose mine all the time. My mom used to get mad at me. But the thing is, if they lose their hat, the hat got their name on it, So I'm thinking this would be really, really cute. So I'm going to try to do that because I think that'll be a cute hat. So I'm going to try to give that a shot and stuff. So Puerto Rico uses P.O. boxes in most areas. Yes, and Iris, and when I get a P.O. box, I have no problem. But the problems that I have with the addresses in Puerto Rico is when they don't give me a P.O. box. And then we have a mess. And the last thing I want to do is to send something out, and then they say they didn't get it. And then next thing you know, then you have a bad review and all that. I don't even want to go there, and stuff. So I'm like, let's see what we got here. Let's see. The only thing is that might not be washable. Oh, the beanies. Let's see. Walmart. Yes, these are ridgets. Ridgets. I think I'm saying it right. You guys know my English is a mess, so you know, have no clue how to. I have a video castle on pricing, and that might be able to help. Look at one of my happy hours and stuff. We talked about the embroidery price. That's really going to help a lot because I kind of go into details on that. Can I use sticky stabilizers on towels and napkins? I have used, okay, Miss Allison, I have used sticky stabilizer on napkins. I do not recommend using the sticky stabilizer on the towel because it might be a little hard for you to get it off. So to get it off, you could spray water on it, and that helps to dissolve it and stuff. But then what happens is you're gonna have a lot of that stickiness on the towel, and I know me personally, I don't like it. So when it comes to if you're referring to kitchen towels and stuff like that, what I always like to do is I use a tearaway, and then when I am done embroidering, I tear the tearaway off, and then I just use the tender touch and I put that on top of the backing and stuff. So that's usually what I do. And I haven't gotten any complaints of my kitchen towels. I got lots of compliments. Nobody has ever come to me and say it's not good. However, though, the kitchen towels that I do make are decorative kitchen towels. They're not the kitchen towels for you to wash dishes with and stuff like that. So a lot of times what people do with the kitchen towels that I make is, they hang them on their stove and stuff like that. So it's really just a decorative piece. So I don't think they wash them that much. I've sold more on Facebook than Etsy. Yeah, and I sold a lot on Facebook too. That's why I'm saying don't 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 just focus on that one thing. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many avenues out there. So just take advantage of everything. Take advantage of it. New to embroidery, what tips do you have for beginners? Oh, cheaper. Oh my god. You know what? I should do a I know the baby booty. Eve did a video. If she did one recently on things new for new beginners. I could make one too. Um, one of the things that I to talk off real quick. You're starting. You're gonna need your machine. You're gonna need thread. Get tearaway stabilizer, cutaway stabilizer, um, bobbins, and start practicing. Get do not one of the things that I highly recommend is don't just go straight on products and embroider. Practice embroidering, learn the machine. So one of the best things that I did, and I usually tell people to do is if you go to Michael's, you can buy felt sheets, okay? And I think no, I don't have any handy, but felt sheets are, they're felt, but they're just squares, right? Embroider on those so that way you get to learn the machine, how to change your colors and understand how it works and everything. After that, then you can start embroidering on products, because the last thing you want to do is say I'm going to embroider a shirt and then you mess up and then you end up messing up 5 shirts. So practice your embroidery and stuff. But I'll think of doing a little video on some of the things that you should learn and stuff. I use tearaway on towels, but never thought of using towel. Yeah, I use the tender touch on the back because it just gives it a clean look. You're kind of like hiding the those stitches. The little tails and stuff. That's why. That's the only reason why I do it. It's just to hide it a little bit. That's all. Go for 20 on. Oh, Michelle's saying I should up for 20. And I bet you they'll sell for 20. I think, yeah, I bet you they will sell for 20. Maybe I will. I'm gonna see how nice it comes out. If it comes out really nice, I think I will do the 20. I think you're right, Michelle. I think I'll probably just say, you know what, I'm just gonna ask for 20. And if you really think about it, the leather, I bought 1 yard leather, and 1 yard of leather cost me $28. And I was like, wow, leather's expensive. Okay. So I think I'll probably start looking at the cheap stuff, maybe marine vinyl or something like that, because that's the other thing too. It doesn't have to be leather. Okay. I could get marine vinyl, comes in really nice colors, and I can get marine vinyl and I can embroider on that, and then I can just put that on that too. I mean, that'll work, and it's much cheaper and stuff. Yeah, it gives it a clean look. Yes, Miss Faith. Walk by Faith, you are correct. It gives it a much cleaner look. Um, it depends. Yeah, very inconsistent. I sent an item last week, priority in the mail. It got 4 days. Yeah, yeah, mailing to Puerto Rico is it's challenging. I'm telling you, it's challenging. And the thing is too is not everybody writes the address the same way. Because I remember my aunt, Titi Lidia, used to live in Yalco, Puerto Rico, and I used to send her stuff all the time. It always got there. And then when she sent me something, her return address, she wrote it completely different than the address I was using to send stuff to her. So I was just really puzzled by that. So I was just like, okay, that's kind of like freaky, but I'm like, but she got it. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stick with the address that I know works. Um, let me see. If anyone is new or not, check out the many Jane helpful. Thanks, Miriam. Yeah, and one of the things too, the advice for the new folks, just don't give up. Don't give up. I'm telling you, and be prepared. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna, I mean, you're gonna you're gonna get error messages on your machine. You're gonna, but embrace all of it, because that is how you learn, and that's how you're gonna get better. Trust me. And if you're part of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group, which is Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. If you have questions and you run into something, ask there. Lots of people jump in and help each other. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's a great place for beginners and stuff. Expect that you're going to make a lot of mistakes. It's okay. Even me, that I've been embroidering for a couple of years now, and I consider myself pretty good at what I do. I still make mistakes too. Okay. So don't think that, I come in here and I stick things in the machine and they come out perfect every day. I mean, there have been times when the machine flakes out on me, or me not paying attention, forgot to add stabilizer or something, that I should know better. You know, I make the mistakes. I make them just like everybody else. It's natural. It's just, don't worry about it. Just do your thing. You're gonna be fine. Let me see. Yes, there is. There are so many people that are nice. Got a nice couple of things, beanies at the dollar. You know what, Kathy Pork? I was thinking about going to the dollar store because I drove right by it, but I went to Walmart, and you know what? I probably could have got these for $1, and I paid $1.94. I probably could have got two of these for $1.94. Yeah, but that's okay. That's all right. I mean, I got these, and I want to give it a shot. I think, I want to see how much time will it take for me to make that beanie. Um, with the little patch in the front. Now, I know this is probably not going to be something that I can whip out in a day. It's probably going to be something where I'm going to have a processing time of maybe a week, because you got to cut out the patch, got to embroider the patch, and I got to attach it. So until I get really, really good in it, it's not something that I'm going to offer. Like, you can get it super fast, like my kitchen towels. Kitchen towels, I can really rack those things up fast, because I have them all in my memory, and all I have to do is just change my threads on the machine, select the design. I already know how to hoop that thing and pop it in, and we're good to go. So, we'll see. Oh, I see that we have a uh person on the group that is not really welcome. So I'm just going to take him out because that's not cool. I don't care for that. So I don't know who that webcam person is, but I am removing them. There's always a clown out there in life. What can you do? Right, Mello? What can you do? Or was that you? Is that you? Was that you playing with the computer? You're a trip. All right. Um, let's see. Is there anything else? No, we are past our time here. How you hold down a hoodie when embroidering. Well, okay, with the hoodie, what you do, well, it depends. Okay, on a multi-needle machine, that's pretty easy to hoop, okay, because you can just slide it in. If you have a single needle machine, what you have to do is just the same way that you do a t-shirt. You just got to make sure that the back of it, you lift it out of the way, and that you take the front and you have that on the flatbed. That's how you would do that and stuff. The hard part of any type of embroidering is the hooping, especially if you have a flatbed machine. You really have to know how to manipulate the item so that you can actually embroider the spot that you want the embroidery to be on. Okay, that's really the hard part. Let's see, you have to make sure vinyl. You have to make sure it's washable. I haven't done the marine vinyl, but okay. I'm gonna see. Give them the boot. Yeah, I gave him the boot. I took them out and stuff. I think I took them all out, right? I think I did. Yeah, you're always gonna get a clown somewhere, you know. It's a big world. So you're always gonna have something. So anyway, guys, I am going to call it the night because I'm pretty tired today. Today I had a lot going on and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get some rest, and then tomorrow, what I have planned this weekend is okay, he wants to play. This is terrible. Okay, I'm tired and you want to play. Oh my goodness. So anyway, and what I have planned this weekend is to embroider all of these, and I am going to videotape the whole thing of me embroidering all of these, and the stockings as well, and try to get everything done so that I can try to send stuff over there and stuff. So you guys have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope I was able to give you guys some good information tonight, and you know, thanks for joining me. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you haven't heard of our Facebook group, is called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. It's a great group. Please join. If you're new to embroidery, that's a great place for you to ask questions and get advice and stuff. If something's going wrong where you're trying to get to learn your machine or embroider, we have no problem helping people. Right, Mello? We like helping people. Ugh, I'm gonna have to take him outside for a walk. It looks like he has puppy power energy that he has to get rid of. So I'm gonna have to help him get rid of that kind of stuff. So anyway, but guys, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining me and stuff. Love you all. Please take care. And like I said, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Please join our Facebook group, and please be safe out there. So everyone, please have a great night and happy sewing and happy embroidering. Bye.